you get to listen to this for a second. So again, for those that don't know me, I'm Chris Wayne, the fire chief. Every year we do a year-end report with total calls, man-hours, and a report that I do recapping the year. I'll start with the report of recapping the year. 2011 has come and gone with being the busiest year in the history of the Olive Fire Department. We handled 405 alarms in 2011. Members put in most hours that they've ever been asked to do, and I'm very proud of the members of their dedication to their department and community. As we all know, a large jump in our call volume, as it went from 269 last year to 405 this year, was due to 152 calls from Hurricane Irene that we done. In cutting trees, the water rescues, and whatever else was thrown at the members, they completed a task of handling Irene with stride. With everyone's valiant efforts, we conquered it with one minor injury and no losses of life. We couldn't be able to do this without the training we do each year. With the rise in membership and new technology, let us not forget how important training is. With training, the department had 39 members complete New York State fire training classes and 22 members complete first aid training, CPR, AED training, along with all our drills we do every month and the training we do throughout the year. There are currently members in the state classes that started last year that haven't finished. We have currently have 9 members in state classes right now that haven't completed them classes because they're still in session. We also have members progressing in NIMS training, which is mandated by the federal government. We all remember changing technology comes new things, and we can't learn it without training. Unfortunately, the department did lose 2 very active members and several life members this past year, which were active within their careers from the Olive Fire Department. They will be missed. From their knowledge to their humor, these members were all very large loss to our family and our community. The department has currently placed an order to replace a 22-year-old fire truck with a new one, and we've replaced our chief's vehicle due to we received an inheritance from Robert Madsen, who passed away several years ago, Sylvia?
I think it was about 2 years ago, yeah.
And finally, they settled as a state, and multiple organizations within the town were left in inheritance. We received that. We replaced our chief's vehicle out of that because it was not in our budget line. I would like to thank everyone for their support and dedication throughout 2011. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And last night I was voted back in to be chief again for another year. Now, I'm going to give you a little comparison here. 2010 to 2011. 2010, we put in training hours of 1,190. 2011 was 1,883 hours. Drill hours, 1,900. This year was 1,803. That was down a little bit. After Hurricane Irene, we had several drills that got dropped from the agenda due to everybody being overworked, should I say. Took a little time to regroup. Meeting and miscellaneous activities was almost 2,600 in 2010. We were at 3,023 in 2011. Total man hours in drills, meetings, training 2011 was 6,710 versus 5,666 in 5,666 in 2010, 6,710 in 2011. Fire calls. We've done 4,710 hours in 2010. We've done 7,078 hours in 2011. For a grand total of 13,789 hours put in 2011 versus 10,376 in 2010. This is complete new records to the entire department. We've done 29 mutual aid calls, 5 water rescue calls, 1 search detail. EMS, we've done 43. That's assist yellow first aid and motor vehicle accidents. 13 carbon monoxide detector activations. Hazardous conditions, which consist of trees and wires, landing zones, oil leaks, fuel leaks. We've done 104. The big number in that was trees and wires, 74 of them. 13 structure fires. That's anything from a building fire to a chimney fire to a furnace malfunction. 44 automatic alarms. Public service was our big one. 123 cellar pumps during Hurricane Irene. A large portion of that come from there, trying to keep people's furnaces from being underwater and their belongings being lost due to no power. 1 brush fire and 1 vehicle fire, for a total of 405 for the year. And as the fire chief and a town resident, I would like to thank everybody for your support towards the department, and we're here for you. Thank you.
Chris, I just want to personally thank you and the rest of the guys for the storm work that you all did. I know you were out there day after day for a week, and it helped us out very much.
Thank you.
Highway, we see Jimmy isn't here, so we don't have a Jimmy is here. Jimmy, where you hiding, Jim?
The other
Oh,
side.
over there. You got anything?
We haven't met yet, so we didn't have a report.
You haven't met? Okay.
You know, I got one thing with the highway department, Jimmy. Usually at this time of year, the town board writes a letter to the highway department thanking them for doing such a great job with all the storms. So this year I'd like to thank you for keeping the storms away.
Snowstorms.
Maybe you can catch up from the horrible year you had with
Yeah.
Maybe.
the flooding, maybe.
Transfer station.
Report is from November. They sold 22 permits issued for $550. Were 175 tickets sold for $5,250. Total revenue for the month was $5,800. There were 16 garbage bins pulled, weighing in at 72.14 tons at an expense of $6,420.46. Garbage pull charge of $640 and recycling pull charge of $240. A fuel surcharge of $433.36. The total expense for the month was $7,733.82. Prepared by Bruce Program.
Thank you. Town clerk.
The revenue report was submitted at the December 29th town board meeting, so I don't have that. Taxes went out, as you all very well know, my greetings for 2012. You have to January 31st to pay interest-free, and then it's outlined either half payments or full payments till June 1st. Starting January the 3rd, we started issuing burn permits in our office. Since Sheldon Hill Forestry no longer issues them, we felt it would be a courtesy to the town so that you did not have to go to the forest ranger. It's a little more difficult to get her to get them to you. We've already issued, I think, 9 or 10, quite a few, just in a few days. So there is no fee for it. We will be issuing the permit till March 15th. I am asking people that the new permit would be issued May the 16th. But Marie Ellen Bogan, who is the forest ranger, has told us we can go ahead and issue those early. So if you come in for a fire permit, we can also give you one for May, so we're not bombarded with everyone coming in at one time. So they're being quite lenient with us to give you a leeway, but they do ask that you adhere to all the regulations, and we'll hand those out to you when you do come in and get your permit. And that no Sunday burning still, and you must call fire control before and after, before you